Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at HIMS and Hertz health. It is time for another update and we've had some interesting news. The lawsuit is over, we see the result reflected in the price, and we are still not looking, however, at a bullish structure. We still have only a three-wave pattern to the upside, and it can become interesting certainly, but I would still need to identify some evidence that something more bullish would be going on. So for context, on this chart we were actually quite bullish. We were still looking for another high to form within this movement to the upside against the $30 level. When we broke that, we have shifted the probabilities strongly to a much more bearish pattern, and with that broken, there was also a strong suggestion that we would fall below even the $24 level, the beginning of this entire structure to the upside. And yes, that has materialized, right? Now, we are looking at a couple of options. So we still haven't pushed out of the main resistance area we were tracking since the previous video. So that is still in play. We are still watching here the $22.6 level, and we will zoom in a moment. But first, I wanted to highlight that unless we manage to create from a smaller time frame perspective an initial 5-wave move to the upside, even with the break of the areas of resistance, we will not have a clear opportunity necessarily. Sure, from a larger time frame perspective, you can consider that we have achieved getting into the larger area of support, which, by the way, is as bad as it could go in terms of a structure for continuation to higher prices. But we did create a three-wave pattern to this area of support. We did hit the 50% retracement, and we did see the reaction form from this area to higher prices. So technically, I have nothing against the possibility of succeeding in pushing to higher prices, but nothing at this point is a strong indication from a structural perspective that a bottom is in place. So for context, I will actually remove this one first. We had a wave C we were tracking to lower prices in this movement to the downside, We had a wave 1 down, a wave 2 up, and a wave 3 that would have been unfolding in this area, and we were tracking this large wave C as an ending diagonal. So in this wave 3, we were looking for an A, B, C pattern to be taking place. Within this wave C, we were looking to build a 5-wave structure, and we were inclined to believe this would unfold as a diagonal structure itself. So we had here a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the thing is, within this pattern, we were looking for this larger wave 3 of the wave C to possibly extend lower itself. We had already pushed, even since the previous video, from our area of support to higher prices, basically into the first resistance level in a three-wave pattern, basically exactly what we would have expected from a wave 4, and that would have been sufficient to extend in the fifth wave to the downside. Now, at this point, we have broken the area of resistance, but only ever so briefly, too brief for me to consider this to be a reliable sign that this wave 5 couldn't still be ongoing at this point. So if we zoom in within this structure, we can notice that basically within the first 15 minutes of the trading day, we opened in during the pre-market at these prices back into the area of resistance, and we have retested it a couple of times actually. Here almost an attempt to retest, and then here another retest, and we got rejected each time basically. So if we manage to get a more sustained break above the 61.8% retracement here at the $22.6, I am open to considering that, okay, perhaps this wave 3 to the downside would be complete. But even then, I cannot rule out the possibility of the larger wave 4 still being in formation, where a resistance area would be granted an upgrade all the way up to the 61.8% retracement for the entire wave 3 to the downside. So we would be watching, and let's say we would watch this in yellow, but we would be watching all the way up to the $25.1 for a signal that, yes, this structure to the downside is expected to be complete, And that would actually start to have quite bullish implications, but I would not jump to conclusions just yet. I would still like to see more evidence. We would like to see the pattern unfold more clearly. And then at that point, I would be looking for some other ideas of the levels of resistance that could bring even more such evidence. Now, if you enjoyed these updates and if you like this video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, because we provide updates continuously for this stock and many others. Yeah, this is actually on our frequently covered stocks list. And also let me know what else you would like to see. Yeah, we cover a wide variety of stocks on this channel, and we even have a newsletter we provide completely free for anyone who is interested in our top picks for ongoing and upcoming opportunities, and we provide that on a monthly basis. Now, once again, for a recap before we go into the small time frame for the levels of support. We would still expect at this point this large wave tree to be able to extend to lower prices. If we manage to get a sustained break above the $22.6, well, then we can start looking for the wave 3 bottom to be in place here instead, and then this wave 4 to be unfolding instead. And it's not that high that we are looking in terms of resistance for this as a wave 4, but only the $25.12 level. If we manage to break even this level of resistance, well, we could be looking for this to have been a slightly different pattern, where this would work out as a wave 3 perhaps to the downside, but already that would be, for me, my first stronger signal that a bottom could be in place. Yeah, the $25 level is actually quite important right now. There would still be levels of resistance to watch out for, but if this succeeds to break out, well, we can start exploring some more bullish ideas then. Now, in the smaller time frame, we would still be looking for a level of support to be held to manage to extend directly to higher prices. And what I would like to see unfold in this structure, and for that I would go even within a small time frame, would be here basically a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 that could possibly take place here. Now, the thing is, we are able to track even different scenarios, actually quite a few of them, but the focus for me would still be internally within this structure, where I'm looking at an impulse to be forming here in a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So it's that simple. I'm only looking to hold here the 50% retracement and extend within one more high before assuming a more substantial top and a slightly larger correction to take place within this area. But for this idea, we actually need to hold here the 50% retracement. So we are watching the levels between the $21.3 all the way down to $19 for continuation directly higher within this idea of a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, it is quite early and still within an extremely small time frame, but at this point I would be assuming that this structure, this wave 4, would prefer another low, and if we are to look for a generic ideal target, we would watch here for the idea of an A, B, C pattern, the 100% extension of the wave A. So we would be looking here at around the $20 level, yeah, the $20.2 level to be around the ideal target for this next wave to the downside. But keep in mind, this is an ideal target and it doesn't need to get there. On top of that, the ideal target for a wave 4 is typically the 38.2% retracement, and I won't go in the smaller time frame to determine exactly whether this is an ABC pattern or a WXY. I would not bother even. I would primarily focus on these levels of support, where a break below the $19 for me at this point would signal quite strongly that, yeah, this structure would be expected to still extend to lower prices, yeah? The bottom line is, I wouldn't trust this pattern at all under those circumstances, and I don't believe it should be trusted overall. So, for a summary from this time frame perspective, we are looking still for continuation to higher prices, ideally within this structure against the $19 level. If we don't manage to get a sustained break here above the 61.8% retracement at the $22.6, that's actually a quite great warning sign, and ultimately the market can do whatever it wants, but It's for us to decide when the probabilities are in favor of us looking for a long position within this area, for example. But for now, these are the levels, this is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and if you enjoy our content and you want to support us directly, check out our channel membership. And other than that, let me know what else you would like me to cover, and I'll do my best to do that in the days and weeks ahead. And until then, I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.